This video is about how to use attention grabbers during networking events so that you can understand which ones work. What you're going to walk away with is an understanding of why it's so important to go to networking events and practice your elevator pitches and how to do it too. So if you're not going to business social networking events, I highly recommend you do. They're all over the place in every city around the world. And really what they are is after work, you show up in business casual attire, you usually pay, I don't know, $10, $15 or whatever, and you get a name tag and you walk around, and it's pretty ridiculous, but it's funny because the thing is you just go around introducing yourself to random people, and the first question that usually comes out of most people's mouths is, what do you do? And most people give their canned elevator pitch, well, we do sales training consulting for Fortune 500 companies, it guarantees you the response you're looking for, and blah, 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 blah. And it's just this dry, and then they give their elevator pitch, and you trade business cards, and you pretend like you're going to be friends moving forward, but it never works out that way. So instead of doing that ridiculous and just kind of going out there with a canned, gross elevator pitch, what you can do is you can come up with attention grabbers. So come up with one line, 2 or 3 of them, right? One line attention grabbers that really try and solicit the how do you do that response. So when you introduce yourself and somebody asks you what you do, you can say something like one of ours, which is, you know what, well, we show our clients how to triple the results they get from their prospecting efforts in less than 45 minutes. Really, how do you do that? Well, we got this email approach that goes up to a CEO, doesn't really sell them, but finds some sort of trigger event and asks for something real easy, which is a referral. We get it about 20% of the time, and we set up meetings from there. Interesting, tell me more. Now you're engaged in the conversation. And then you try a different one. The beauty is, if you remember, the way that we absorb information as human beings, 8%, or actually 7% is through the words that we use, 37% is through the tonality and how we use those words, and the other 58% is body language. So the problem with over the phone is you have no idea the body language, right? You're missing out on about 58% of the way that we communicate. So even if you think your elevator pitch or your attention grabber is great, they could be rolling their eyes. But if you go to a networking event and you say it to somebody's face and you can watch their eyes glaze over, well, now you know what's happening over the phone. So that's why networking events are great. I don't go to networking events to look for business. If I find business, great. I go for practice. And I come up with 2 or 3 really strong attention grabbers, and I use those when I'm introducing myself to people to see if I can get engaged in the conversation. So the takeaways are, come up with different attention grabbers. Definitely go to networking events. It's the best way to practice you can come across because it's a no-harm environment. And try and read people and how they engage in the conversation with you with those attention grabbers. The ones that work, use those on the phone. Good luck and happy selling.